You are walking a dry path in the late afternoon, and the snake is already there before you see it, a dark line across the dirt. And the instant your foot lands, it does the one thing you did not expect. It stops. Completely. Not a flinch, not a coil. It simply goes to stone, the way someone presses pause on a living thing. You think you frightened it. You think it froze. You are about to learn that almost everything in those 2 sentences is wrong. That snake did not lose control of its body. It made the fastest, most calculated decision in the entire animal, and the stillness you are staring at is not fear. It is a strategy so old it was running long before your species had a name for any of this. Here is the answer you would probably reach for first. It is hiding. A snake lying motionless in broken light is nearly invisible, because the eye hunting at a hawk's, a fox's. Yours is built to catch movement, not shape. Stop moving, and you stop existing. That is the textbook answer. It is not wrong. It is just nowhere near enough. Because here is what hiding cannot explain. The snake freezes even after you have already seen it. You are standing right there, staring straight down at it, and it holds dead still anyway. Vanishing makes no sense once you have been found. And yet the stillness only deepens. So it is not simply trying to disappear. It is doing something else while it lies there. Something that has nothing to do with being seen. It is reading you. But reading you with what? It is not studying your face. A snake cannot turn its head and watch you the way you are watching it. It cannot smell you quickly enough across that gap to matter in the half second it has. And it has no ears on the outside of its head at all. So how does a creature with no visible way to hear know the exact instant you stop walking, the exact instant you lean closer? For most of human history, we had an answer, and the answer was clean and obvious. It can't. Snakes are deaf. We were wrong. When researchers finally tested it the careful way snakes free to move, sound traveling only through the open air, no trick vibrations sneaking up through the floor, the snakes reacted. Some flinched away from the sound. Some turned toward it. They were hearing it. And the sounds they hear best are the low ones. Slow, rumbling, deep, the exact range a human voice lives in. Sit with that for a moment. The frozen snake on your path is not only feeling your footsteps, it is hearing you. The muffled shape of your voice as you mutter "oh." A snake and step back is reaching it, and it is listening. So that stillness is not empty. It is the thin surface over something straining underneath. And the strangest part is what is happening inside that body while it lies there, because a frozen animal is not calm. It is the opposite of calm. Its heart, in that second, does not pound faster. It slows. Almost everything you would expect of terror runs backward. The body floods with the signal to move and slams on the brake at the very same instant. Foot crushed down on the gas and the brake together, engine screaming, nothing moving an inch. That is what the stillness costs. This is not a creature that shut down. It is a creature wound so tight it has gone silent. And in that wound tight quiet, its whole sense of the world narrows onto one thing. You, not the leaves, not the heat of the ground, not anything else alive in that field. Just the size of the shape in front of it, and the first twitch of where that shape is about to go. Everything else falls away. The snake is not playing dead. It is aiming. Now, maybe you are thinking the obvious thing, that this is just fear. That the animal seized up, lost its nerve, and we are dressing plain panic up in clever language. Researchers went looking for exactly that, a system crashing. They did not find one. They found a system preparing. A frozen animal is not slower to move. By some measures it is faster, primed to detonate into motion the instant stillness stops paying. The freeze is not the collapse of a choice. It is the choice. And that choice is not the snake's alone. It is yours. You have made it. Not once, hundreds of times. You made it this week. And you never noticed you did. Because that freeze on the path is not a reptile trick. It is one of the oldest programs running in any nervous system, and you are carrying the exact same one. We say fight or flight as if those come first. They do not. Before either of them, almost always, comes the stop, the freeze, the same freeze in the snake. You have felt it. The phone rings with bad news and your hand goes still on the table. A car drifts into your lane and for half a second you do nothing but grip and stare. Someone says the cruel thing in the doorway and your whole body locks, and the sharp reply arrives 10 minutes too late. That was not you being slow. That was the snake in you reaching for the oldest move it owns. And pushed far enough, that same system can take a person over, completely hold them frozen when every part of them screamed to run, and leave them asking for years why they just stood there and did nothing. Here is what they are almost never told. They did the oldest thing a body knows how to do to stay alive. The very same thing the snake is doing right now. That freeze was never weakness, and never your failure. It was the most ancient part of you keeping you alive, faster than you could ever have chosen anything. So go back to the path. The snake is still there, stone still in the dust, and now you know what you are truly looking at. Not an animal that panicked. An animal running the same ancient calculation your own body makes in its worst seconds. Go quiet. Read the threat. Hold the decision. Give nothing away. It stopped when you walked past, because that stillness is the smartest thing it owns, and the whole time it lay there like a dead branch, it was listening to you breathe. But there is one last thing buried in that frozen second, and it is the part nobody walking away ever notices. The snake is not waiting for the danger to pass. It is waiting for you. For the first flinch, the first step, the smallest tell of what you are about to do. You thought you were the one watching the snake. The snake was reading you. And that is the real reason it stops dead when you walk past. Not to vanish. Not even to listen. It freezes because in that instant it has handed you the one decision it cannot make for itself, whether this ends in a strike, or a retreat, or nothing at all, and it will not spend its answer until you have spent yours. The most dangerous thing on that path just went perfectly still, and made you the one holding its life. It was never frozen in fear of you, it was frozen on you, waiting to find out what kind of God had just walked by.